I'm here at Sheraton Kauai Resort Villas in Hawaii, and we're staying in a studio villa. It's actually kind of small, but if you want to see what one looks like, be sure to stick around and check it out right after this. Hello and welcome to Destination Timeshare. I'm Jeremy. We're here, room 4401, studio villa, 4th floor, building 4 of the Sheraton Kauai Resort Villas. I do want to point out something a little unique about this property. It is actually a split property. We have hotel guest rooms and timeshare villas. Across the street there, you're going to find the Ocean Wing guest rooms. So if you're staying in a hotel room, you will be across the street there. There's a couple buildings over there that contain guest rooms. Essentially buildings 1 and 2. I noticed building 1 is actually kind of 3 different sections. But then we start up over here in building 3 or in 4 and kind of continues around, actually I believe up to building 8. Yeah, a little bit unique property here. They do have elevators, so easy up, easy down, getting to your car and to your room if you're on any floor other than the first. But now that we've pointed that out, we're going to head inside our unit here and take a look at the studio villa. Okay, so when we first step into the studio unit here at Sheraton Kauai Resort Villas on the island of Kauai here in Hawaii, first thing we have here, just a small kitchenette. It's actually a pretty small unit as well, but it does look like it has all the amenities that you would need. We do have over here a small refrigerator, so kind of your apartment style refrigerator. Not too big, but not those really small bar sized ones. It does have an ice maker that we are going to turn on. Then up above the refrigerator, let's see what we have up here. Looks like we have a blender, a toaster, a pitcher, colander. There's pots and pans back in there too, so have pretty much most of what you need. Then over here we have a microwave oven. In here, glassware and dinnerware. Looks like for 4 people or up to 4, I believe, though this room probably only sleeps 2. But we'll check the sofa and see if there's a pullout there. We do have a couple of kind of baking or serving dishes. Then down here we do have a 2-burner cooktop, knife block, some coasters there. You do have paper towels and a sink. And then under here, looks like it's just our trash. There's like a little stool down there too. Maybe if you're kind of short and you need to get up and to get those pots and pans. Then in here we do have our silverware and all of our cooking utensils. So pretty much everything you need is in there. And then I thought this was kind of neat. It's a little kind of pull-out dishwasher. So just a little tiny little dishwasher here. So not enough room for a big full-size dishwasher, but it is nice to have that here in the studio unit. And then in here we do have in-room laundry. So a washer and dryer, definitely great to have even when you only have a studio unit. And before we check out kind of the bedroom area, we will take a look at the bathroom. So you do have a nice big lighted mirror there. Double vanity. There is the pump soap and body lotion there. And in these drawers here, we do have a hair dryer. So you have your hair dryer. You don't need to pack one with you. And some extra bathroom supplies. Plenty of towels down here. A little trash can there. And then in here, we do have kind of a water closet, but it does have the shower. So you have the toilet there and a shower here as well. You do have your pump shampoo, conditioner, and body wash. Shower head there. Looks like it's actually pretty good size for what you have here in this studio villa. And then they kind of have this little divider between the kitchenette over there and where I'm standing here in the bathroom area. Now making our way into the living area here, we do have this kind of little sofa here. I'm not sure if this pulls out in any way. This kind of coffee table is on wheels, so that's really handy. Let's see, does this pull out at all? There is a pull out there, so it looks like you could pull that out and just sleep 1 on that. There are some exposed power up there, more power down there. It's kind of one issue I always run into, not enough power outlets. Then we do have a lock-off door here. I believe this goes over to a 1-bedroom side, maybe even a 2-bedroom. I'm not really sure how these lock off exactly. We've never stayed here before, or have I really done a whole lot of research on this resort yet. But we do have a coffee maker. There is some complimentary bottles of water, as well as a larger one that is $5, so that's kind of good to have, some complimentary water. You have your television, then there's a menu there on the table. All of your remote controls, because I believe there's also a Bose sound system, and there's another remote here, which I'm not exactly sure what it's for. There's 3 remotes, 2 things here. Maybe we'll see something else here that might operate. Then right here, we kind of have a little armoire, so you do have some place to store some clothes. You do have an iron, and down here there's a safety flashlight, and where you'll find the in-room safe. Over on this side, we do have the ironing board. There is a broom and a small vacuum down there. There's also a drawer under here. Oh, there's some extra bedding there for that pull-out kind of sofa, love seat, whatever you might call it. And I noticed down under here, there's a couple of stools that you can probably pull out. So if you want to sit on one of those, or maybe even use it to put your feet up on while you're sitting at the sofa. Okay, I think I found what is for that other remote. There is a Blu-ray player underneath here. So if you want to watch any DVDs or Blu-rays, you can take advantage of that. I also want to mention they do have this vinyl flooring here, and it was raining a little bit when we first arrived. My shoes were wet, and this was actually kind of slick. So be careful if your feet are wet or your shoes are wet. You might slip and fall here in the unit on this vinyl flooring. And then here we have a king-size bed. Nice big bed there. You do have a couple of nightstands, some lamps, some nice lighting, a little bit of artwork. But yeah, really nice room here. Not very big, not much bigger than really a standard hotel room. But something I'm noticing here, because we're on the top floor, we don't have a ceiling fan, but it does look like it kind of has some vaulted ceilings. So it kind of makes it feel a little bit bigger in here. Anyway, you're probably not going to have those if you're on the first through third floor. But we're on the fourth floor, very top floor here in building 4 at this property. Now that we've seen inside the unit, let's head outside here and we're going to take a look at the patio. So we've got to get this unlocked. Lots of latches and switches. I think I locked that instead of unlocking it. There we go. So yeah, just a small little patio out here. We do have some slight views out to the ocean out there. Across the street there are the hotel units for Sheraton Kauai Resort Villas, or just Sheraton Kauai Resort here in Kauai. So hotel units over there, timeshare units on this side of the street. So that's just something to keep in mind. If you're booking one of the two properties, you kind of know where you'll be. If you're booking a hotel stay at Sheraton Kauai Resort, or if you're booking a timeshare stay or even a hotel stay at the timeshare property here, Sheraton Kauai Resort Villas. Yeah, down here we kind of have a view down to a fire pit. Nice grassy lawn area is over there. The check-in and lobby registration. If you want to see all of that and more of this resort, I have a full resort tour that I'm going to be posting on the channel here. Check that out right here, coming up next. And if you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. It really does help with these videos. And now thanks for watching. And remember, until next time, the best destination is always a timeshare.